OpTic Gaming starting on the CT side, it'll be NiP on the T side. And both for our analysts picking NiP ever so slightly. It didn't sound like super convincing, but they thought NiP could do this.
Well, I think so as well, to be frank. OpTic have only played Overpass so far this tournament, and there's a lot of information to go off of. NiP will be prepared. They are the kind of team that do, play field, but also anti-strat. And look at this, already in the pistol. Very quick execution, and Rush is just hitting headshot after headshot. Not going to get a third, and finally Exist and Get Right going to get into the fray, but Rush did some work.
Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't follow up on that. That's such a good double kill from the beginning, but now 3-on-3, the bomb about to go down. Mixwell, Tarek, and Nafly trying to see if they can retake this. They do not currently have a kit picked up. I'm not sure if there's one on the ground somewhere, but they're going to have to find that just to make the defuse a bit easier. And NiP putting out some pretty deep, well, that's just a decoy. I thought maybe it was a smoke, but Naf going to pick up the kill on Get Right there. Forrest and Exist are left, both over by the L-bend. They've got eye on the bomb if they need it. Still, the kit's being picked up here by Nafly. Mixwell trying to find that shot on Forrest in the corner. Nobody's defusing yet. This is taking forever. Forrest going to be going down. And finally, they'll have the turnaround Nafly on the defuse, and it's actually a flawless retake from OpTic.
Yeah, keeping all three players alive, keeping that kit in play. Sure, they cut it a bit close there at the end, and I'm a bit surprised to see Forrest not hitting any shots with that USP once he actually gets it, or with the pistol in general. Forrest still one of the stronger pistol players in the field. So to have him not really get into the fight and just kind of struggle to land shots, that is a little nerve-wracking for NiP. But it isn't the end of the world here. We do want to keep an eye on Forrest, though. I do feel like he is going to be one of those key players here for NiP. I mean, yes, Exist has been playing out of his mind so far this tournament, but it does feel like NiP still kind of live or die off of Get Right and Forrest. Between the two of them, and in particular Forrest, I think, they really need him to hit his shots for them to have a chance here. Because OpTic, I mean, yes, okay, they've done nothing but play Overpass. It feels like we've been watching them play Overpass non-stop for the past couple of weeks. But they are comfortable on this map, OpTic. They know what to do.
Feels like last time they played it, it was Exist who was having an outstanding performance, right? He went completely mental on this game.
21 kills in 16 rounds, I think it was.
Yeah, so maybe we could look to him as well to try and do something. We've got a pretty good stack at the B bomb site, and there's no reason in a round like this why OpTic would do anything other than play defensively. Like, they don't have to control restrooms or anything else like that. That comes later when NiP have rifles too, but right now, they should be confident.
That's a tough thing. That was yesterday versus HR. But, I mean, not enough for Exist, even with that kind of scary performance, to net the win for NiP. Nice pincer movement here onto Stanislaw, but he's still going to pick up 2 kills with the UMP. Rush and Nafly rotating in, pick up the remaining shots. And so far, this eco round not really going too hot for NiP. Pyth is going to be able to pick up another kill, so they do have that, but no bomb plant for NiP. So
no, I still think this is pretty good. Like, getting those 2 kills is absolutely fine. They're going to be all right with that. They got the bomb plant anyway, so they knew they were going to buy this round. So just damaging the economy of OpTic definitely makes a big difference.
It's just, if you get that bomb plant, you get the op for Forrest maybe if he wants it. You can even drop it off of Exist. He had a lot of money, and Pyth had a lot of money. So, I mean, like, you might have had more options. You certainly would have had more nades. So just not a flawless start here for NiP, but still 2-0 lead for OpTic Gaming on the CT side. Mixwell sticking on the MP7. That's interesting. They're gonna be buying Mixwell. I guess because he wants to hold close quarters here in Connector. It's not a bad weapon to have, the MP7, if you're up close at least with the SMG.
Yeah, you jump down the stairs and shoot people mid-air. I mean, it works. It definitely works. But NiP with an early chance to turn the tide here. And because they got those 2 kills in the last round, on the scoreboard, you can tell that OpTic don't have really that much money on Stanislaw and Tarek. So that's going to come back to haunt them if they lose this round. So far, NiP are being given a lot of mid-control here. Mixwell and Tarek are now moving up ever so slightly. And Tarek, is he going to be able to flash anyone? And he gets a headshot first, actually, on Python. With the right flashbang here, is it going to come in? Mixwell still just standing his ground, and Tarek's going down. Not sure why they didn't try and combine that, and now Mixwell is entirely alone. He's going to be going down. I think a misplay between those 2 players. They should have done something with that flashbang instead of just having them play individually.
Miscommunication, perhaps, where it just got fuzzed up. I mean, NiP were really quick to actually pounce on Tarek and move. Not a lot of time there. Nafly gonna hit 1, 2 headshots. Okay, individual performance again. Are we gonna get another star show here from Nafly? We're 3 rounds in, and those were 2 very clean kills that completely turn it around here. Give OpTic the edge. Might be able to find the one on Get Right, but Get Right sprays him down point blank. And a 2-on-2 now with 30 seconds left. NiP looking to get the bomb plant, but we have a late rush, or a late flank coming in rather from Stanislaw in mid. So now they're caught in a crossfire here, NiP. This is tricky.
Oh, and Rush going to find the kill on Get Right. That's coming in from the bank, but he got the bomb down now. Exist. This is your time. You did so well on this map last time. You get this 1-on-2 in and your team is going to be off to a flying start here. It's ticked for quite a while, but they both have defuse kits, and once they know where he is, they even have Molotovs and grenades here, and the spray not even going to work. Rush so quick with the adjustment. Going to get the double kill, and that will be OpTic winning the 3rd round. Very well done.
Man, and that was nice positioning from him. Just look at where that bomb was planted as well. It would have been perfect if he wins that duel versus Rush. There's no way you're getting that defuse in. Tough break for NiP, but they're getting plants, Anders. We've had 3 rounds. They've succeeded in getting 2 bomb plants. I mean, that's a feel-good moment there for NiP. If you're getting bomb plants, you're going to have money to work with. You're going to have extra nades. And you can go for these kinds of rounds like half-buys, right, where you go for Tech 9 Kevlar, which we've seen work for teams in the past, where they can still win rounds, even with this equipment. So NiP not out of this fight, but OpTic are off to a solid start here. 3-0 lead for them on the CT side, and fully bought up now going into this round.
And getting a lot of control. OpTic saving the really aggressive play where you run up all the way to the corner of birthday. They're saving that for later, it seems, because I suspect that's going to come out if they really start feeling confident. We've seen Mixwell do that in the past where he'll run up and just try and fight someone early on. Tarek, though, caught sleeping. Gets taken out by Pyth.
That's a nasty spot for Tarek to be in. He's alone. He's got 2 angles he has to worry about when he's over there. I mean, it's just a tough spot to find yourself in. If you're Tarek, you get caught looking the wrong way, and there you go. That's what happens. Not going to miss that shot, Pyth. So now they have a rifle to play with, and it's on Pyth. He's got Kevlar helmet as well. And NiP actually have some options here with a minute left on the clock. OpTic have used quite a bit of their utility as well. Stanislaw over on the B site hasn't seen anybody yet. That's why he's fully equipped. But that is tough, because if NiP want to rotate down there, they're going to be dealing with an incendiary, a smoke, and HE. They can take a lot of damage.
It's absolutely true, and I'm wondering, I mean, NiP have 1 smoke. It's unlikely they would be able to put it down exactly where Stan and Rush are. They're probably going to use it for the sniper spot, if anything. I think they already actually put it in there, so let's get right on the other side, making a lot of noise here with the Tech 9, trying to draw people over and doing an alright job so far, but Nafly going to hit another headshot. He's really on point in that position. Now they're on the bomb site. The bomb is being brought up and exists in the back line there. So now 4 versus 4. Grenade going to rain in. Actually does a lot of damage to Forrest without the armor. He's gone almost immediately. Pyth with a great double return, assist with 1 as well. And suddenly Stan is alone. 1-on-2. Going to be sneaking in. Pyth has already got the triple kill. He needs the quad here. I don't think Forrest could do too much with just the pistol here and very low health. Good positioning here from Stan. Going to pick up the first kill. Now it's a 1-on-1. He has the kit and even a smoke. He's going to hold it right away. And Pyth going to go for the peek. There's the quad kill. And he's going to save NiP. What a round from Pyth.
The quad kill clutch in the end, but more importantly, it looked like there was maybe a fumble there because he had the aim. You saw he was dead on when Pyth goes for the peek. How is he not letting go of that bomb to take that shot?
Well, I mean, it is difficult, right? Because even when you let go, there's like that second before you can shoot, right? So maybe he just felt like, if I'm lucky, he'll miss, you know, for 1 more second, and that's it. That's happened in the past, right?
It has, you're right.
3-1, the 5th round coming up, and Forrest now with the AWP, and OpTic being reset in spite of winning 3 rounds in a row.
And I mean, this is a solid performance from it. They continue to get bomb plants. That's so important. And now OpTic, yeah, pistols for them. Going for a bit of a tricky play here towards Sewers and B, but they aren't going to find anybody. NiP are holding as passive as possible right now. They're not going to give OpTic any kind of easy shots. Freiburg is only the real one at risk here, kind of at risk over in Connector. And that door open tells them something, tells them that they've at least taken over Sewers. So a little bit of info here for NiP to play with, and Forrest actually going to rotate down with that AWP, looking to get a pot shot, and there it is. Boom, Forrest connects, Nafly's gone, and a man advantage for NiP in this anti-eco round.
So there is a setup in the B bomb side. It's a really minor one, but Rush does have a flashbang, and they have Mixwell and Tarek there as well. I like this. I think people should just make it a habit to try for these kind of flash setups if they're not trying to doing anything else. Just get 3-4 people in the bomb side and see what happens. But they're wrapping around back to the A bomb side. Right now, that seems like it's a good call. And this setup could be used here. I mean, say it's a setup, but you can improvise it almost anywhere. You know, it's just a question of counting to 3 and throwing a flashbang and then having people peek in behind it. It's not exactly rocket science, but let's see if they're going to make it work anyway. Rush, he's really the key man here. We need to figure out when he's going to put in that flashbang. You see he's ready for it. They know they're going to be coming long. Oh, that Molotov, though, is going to make peeking really difficult. They're trying anyway, but yeah, that's a good grenade from NiP.
That wasn't a good flash, though. It went way wide, way too deep. Nobody on NiP blind at all, even though they were all running straight into it. We could have a flawless anti-eco here, actually, because they figured out where Mixwell's playing from. Pyth looking to take the fight, and they're going to chase him back down. A a flawless eco would be perfect here for NiP, actually. This would be excellent for their economy. If Mixwell does manage to pick up a kill, that would get tricky, but he's just trying to keep somebody on this bomb. If he can do enough damage to Pyth and hold him long enough on the bomb site, stay alive, right? Maybe he gets the bomb to take out Pyth, even if he doesn't.
Yeah, that would certainly be a big win, but in the end, it's Freiburg through the fence. Going to be able to take him down 3-2 as the scoreline. And you're right, nobody going down on NiP. And OpTic Gaming, I mean, 3 of them can buy fairly comfortably. The rest, the other 2, are going to be in a tricky position to do on buy anyway.
It's not like this is a weak map for NiP as well, right? They lost on Overpass yesterday versus Hellraisers, but that was in overtime. 19-17 win for Hellraisers, right? So NiP, I mean, sure, Hellraisers got taken out this morning in the winter match in the 2-0 match versus Godsend, but it should still be a situation where NiP have to be feeling very confident on this map. It's OpTic, really, you know, who've had 2 chances so far on Overpass to get wins and who have been struggling so far. Both of these teams are 1-1 right now in the groups.
Great grenade. Get right, going to get wrapped in. Oh, but what is this? They walk right in front of him. Russian Stanislaw, so eager to get the kills, and instead they bunch up right in front. And now what they have left, look at this. They had to buy the FAMAS on Mixwell and the Deagle on Nafly. So they're really low on equipment.
You want to walk into Get Right spray? This guy has been known for his spray. Like, he had God tier spray at the very beginning of CSGO. It was unbelievable. He would spray people from halfway across the map sometimes. So you can always count on Get Right to keep his cool. Get Right's idea of a good Friday night is, you know, spend a couple hours throwing some smokes, and then I just sprayed, you know, practice my sprayed for 2 hours. You know, that's Get Right is one of the hardest working pros in the scene, flat out, and he's been doing this. This has been his job forever, basically. Like, I think it's his only job that he's ever had, has been a pro CS player.
It is true. And yeah, I actually know he's been doing it even more recently. He's been spending a lot of time in deathmatch and stuff like that originally. I talked to him a bit because we went to get a haircut together. So he said he's been really working the deathmatch servers a lot and trying to just improve himself. That's a beautiful grenade, Freiburg. It doesn't do anything, but that was
graceful.
Can we see that from more angles? That was incredible. It's worth learning how to throw that, even if it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Tariq, with almost no chance, he was being wrapped by Freiburg as well. That leaves it on Nafly with the stolen AK, 1 versus 3. Nafly, the last time they played, he was off to a really slow start. Him and Rush both were a bit slow at the gate, but once they got rolling, they really got rolling, and we've seen this from Nafly in the past. But Forrest going to edge him out with a cheeky peek of the AWP. Will make it a tied scoreline at 3-3.
Oh, this is sick. They line it up perfectly. Dead on for Get Right. After getting down to 56 HP from an HE as well. I mean, this is brutal. If you're Russian Stanislaw, that's going to rattle you a little bit because you know you should have had that kill. You know you should have dropped Get Right right there. You would have had the man advantage. Everything would have gone great. But instead, NiP, they tie it up 3-3. And it's eco here for OpTic. Again, NiP are doing a fantastic job of maintaining the pressure on OpTic's economy, not letting them get all the grenades, not letting them get the buys that they want to. This is going to be instrumental here if NiP are to take this win, get up to a 2-1 scoreline in the groups.
And OpTic setting up for, it makes me upset to think about it. If we bring up the big map here, this setup right now, if one person had a flashbang, this would be beautiful. They could wait until NiP get out onto the birthday area, and they could all rush out from their hiding spots and just charge in there. Instead, they don't have any. This is upsetting, Samla. Why not just invest in $200?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why don't you go for the SK?
Yeah,
you know,
Brazilian team.
They love to do that.
I mean, it's such a good way of playing it, but they've got character control, and they're just hoping that someone from NiP will meander in there eventually and maybe give them an AK. I think that's the best case scenario right now. It looks like maybe Russian Stanislaw are going to be. I mean, I don't think this is a good position, but we'll see.
It's tough. I mean, if Forrest gets caught, he's kind of open, kind of wide. Doesn't really have anybody to watch him. In the sense that it is going to be Xis just charging forward first. But point blank, that's exactly what they wanted. Now they've got an AK to play with. Rush is going to trade. Forrest misses the shot. Rush converts. And Rush nearly gets another kill. Freiburg down to 46. Man advantage now for OpTic. Still on the pistols, but they've done some serious damage to NiP. They've put a lot of pressure here on the Swedes.
Some real mystery as to how that was played. And I actually think maybe Xis had a different plan in mind from his teammates then. Because he was turning around as if expecting someone to throw a flashbang in, which you normally do. You just pop a flashbang in there, and nothing came. So he just had to walk in and got shot in the face Very weird from NiP. Get right, gonna lose the fight to Mixwell. And things are looking ever better for OpTic here. This would be a huge upset round if they could pull it through. Freiburg gonna go for the long range, but oh my god, Mixwell, what a shot! Just actually dodges the bullet mid-air.
That was
and
gorgeous.
then lands for the headshot. Beautiful round.
Oh man, what movement. That was sick.
And I wonder if we will, I don't know if we'll get the replay or not, but if you see, normally you would pop a flash in, and it's such a common play, which is why I was saying I don't think that position is all that good, because almost everybody flashes to check that corner.
Nearly everybody on NiP there had full utility. Like, just not a single nade used.
Yeah.
Just
And before that happened, Exist, he was on the bench, and you saw him turning his back, which is sort of an indication that he's ready for someone to throw a flashbang,
Yeah.
and then you sort of, nah, we'll just walk in and get wrecked.
We'll just face peek. Why? Why go full face? Well, that's the kind of mistake that can definitely hurt if you're NiP. An eco round win for OpTic, that can turn it around. I mean, both teams now have had a round really where they shouldn't have won, right? NiP won their half fight with the Tech 9 Kevlar. Now OpTic have won an eco round. And it's so tight. It's still tit for tat. But there's the opening from Get Right once again. And man, this is coming back to what I was saying. If him and Forrest start waking up here, this is going to get real tricky. But Forrest has only got the 3 kills so far in 8 rounds. Not a fantastic start for Forrest, but if you've got Get Right, at least you're cooking with something here.
Stanislaw had one of the double ups there, so that's tricky now. One of those is out of play. I think the fire from the Molotov just obscured his view enough that he couldn't see what was going on. And Rush is alone on the bomb side. Mafly is actually rotating in the other side. Rush, can he find the right angle right across the smoke? The bomb is going down, but he's in a position here. But oh, Pyth, he reads that so well, and Get Right gonna follow up with a headshot on Mafly, and this round is done. Wow.
Yeah. Time to run, time to go, and Get Right's on the hunt. Spots out Mixwell. Let's see if the fancy movement's gonna work. No, Tarek is there to save the day. So, still, 2 ops right now, still here for NiP. Don't really want to see them hunting. I don't care if they lose another AK. Freiburg can go down in a hail of bullets, and he will. But just keep both ops alive if you are NiP at this point, or your expensive rifles at least. Exist gonna be the next one to get picked off. Now, Pyth is gonna run one. Why are they running in one after another? I don't get it. You're literally running through smoke.
Oh, but Forrest will find that kill on Mixwell, so considering the economy on OpTic, that's still a pretty big hit for them to be losing that last rifle. NiP, they can rebuy. I do agree it's a bit silly. If you're going to go hunting, at least just group up and then go for it. Ties up the scoreline again at 4-4. NiP, they're playing on the less favored side of this map, so I think they're all right with how this is unfolding at the moment, especially because if they can win this round, then they will push OpTic into another eco, and suddenly things are looking great.
I think we have to give some props to Forrest. That hair, he must use a sick brand of shampoo. It's just got that sheen to it, that shine, and the man bun.
And the man bun. Get right, trying his very best. It would have been interesting if someone could have come in from Elben to help him out there, or help out the rest of OpTic, but not quite the case. Rush and Nafly with that setup that they've been using so much down there, where Rush is playing on the slope and Naf is playing close to Monster Tunnel. To me, it seems like one that can be exploited really easily if you know it's there. And because everyone must have been watching the demos from OpTic, they should know that that's a common setup. But still, it's been working very well. Rush especially has been getting so many kills from that position.
I'd say it is one of their core kind of default setups on CT. Tarek is out here again alone. At least he doesn't have to worry about long this time because there is Mixwell there holding that angle with the AWP, which is why you can purely focus on this smoke here in mid. I'm still just a little worried. It's going to come down to a feel for him when he's going to decide to back off and count on Mixwell to watch it, because now he's going to get overwhelmed. Double peek, perfectly done there by NiP. And well, Stanislaw and Mixwell, they are going to have to back off, although it looks like Stanislaw wants to go for some tricky play.
He's got Mixwell covering him, but again, if Mixwell misses this shot, then Stan is in a lot of trouble. Actually, is he going to move forward? I like this more. This is good play from Stanislaw. The timing is even perfect for it. Much prefer the aggressive style when you're in that corner now. 4 versus 4. And look at the clock here. 40 seconds, 20 seconds left, sorry. And Nafly going to be picking up the good first kill there on Get Right. Forrest with the refrag. Taking down Naf. The bomb is going to be planted here in a 3-on-3. And Rush is going to get Molotov back already. That's the last grenade that NiP have. There is no defuse kit on OpTic Gaming right now. And Stanislaw's coming in from behind. Actually, Freiburg going to take him down. That is the huge kill right there. Now they know they can focus on just the main entrances, and Mixwell already running for it.
Yeah, they have no kit, no nades, and I'm surprised that Forrest throws out the Molotov, because in his position at Monster, he can get that to deny a defuse as well if he loses a teammate. But still, NiP, they get the job done in the end. It looked a little dicey there for a moment, but luckily Forrest was there to back up Get Right and trade that kill. That was pretty much the key frag of the round. Because otherwise, with 20 seconds left, NiP don't have time to get onto that site. If they are not able to get that kill, it's over pretty much. It's done because the rotation will come through and it's all over. So, still so very close, but NiP will pull ahead. Not able to find the saved rifles at the end, but still 5-4. And
that is game command in action. That's actually almost the same setup that I have. I just have one monitor foot instead of the 3, but it's still great. 3 monitors is definitely the lifestyle to be living. So amazing. So amazing.
So much
that
information.
way I can be unproductive on 3 monitors at once. It feels good. Stanislaw is down to the B bomb side alone. They also only have the AWP and the M4. And if you only save this little equipment, I prefer you try and do something with it. Go somewhere and find a kill, because if you're just waiting around, there is a good chance that, you know, you'll be in the wrong spot and then you just can't do anything. So I'd much rather that this should have been one of those rounds, I think, where Mixwell and Rush try to go aggressive together over on the A side of the map.
I mean, I like it. They're trying to play against NiP. NiP are a big fan of taking long when they know that their opponents are going to be ecoing. And so they're trying to set a trap here, OpTic, where it's like, we have the op. If they try and come long, we have a rifle to go toe-to-toe with them. And then we've had success here in the past, obviously. So OpTic trying to make some adjustments here to catch NiP off guard, but NiP this time around, they're one step ahead. There's nobody here on B to stop them from getting into the site, and NiP are going to get a free bomb site. So this is just one of those times where OpTic, they're like, you know, they're trying to brain their opponent. They're trying to actually like get into their heads. But unfortunately, you know, NiP, they don't even know what's going on, so it's all good. Sometimes, you know, that's just the way it plays out.
It is. That's why I said I prefer if you're the one taking the initiative rather than sort of, you know, just giving a hostage to fortune and hoping that maybe you could eventually, you know, someone will come running to your position. It can happen, but and actually if it had happened, I mean, it probably would have been a good setup for OpTic. I think they need to be more active. They haven't yet. We sort of said earlier that they were playing more defensively over at the birthday area side, but now they're playing very, very defensively all the time. When is that aggressive play going to come out?
Well, who do you want to be active, right?
Mixwell.
But that's the tough thing, is that Mixwell has expressed in the past, in interviews, that he is not 100% confident in his ability to op. He will actually hand that op over to NAP or to Stan, rather than, and you know, that's the thing, it's like, that key, like, aggression from oppers is 100% confidence-based.
I would say this, take Mixwell, run him up to that corner over by the birthday party area, then let him take the shot. If he gets it, great. If he doesn't, turn around, give it to Nafly instead or something, and then, you know, that's
I get
it.
you.
Like, literally just one shot. I just want him to try and do that one time. I think they're letting NiP get way too much map control early on, and also, they're not really applying enough pressure. I mean, NiP must be feeling great early on. Stanislaw is making the run, and Mixwell is sort of close behind him. They're not running all the way to the corner, but at least it's more aggressive than it just was, and actually now Mixwell is moving forward.
This is the third time we've seen this boost. They love this boost. OpTic just want to peek into sewers. They want to catch Get Right, and Get Right's gonna show up. Surprise! Oh, Stanislaw hits the shot, but Get Right, that would have been a joy for Get Right. If he kills Stanislaw, everything works out for him. Instead, it's Tarek taking down Pyth as well. A 2-man advantage now for OpTic in a key round. It's 6-4, the lead for NiP. But now OpTic, after all of the trials and tribulations, is actually looking pretty good for them here.
Yeah, strong start to 11th round here. Now they can relax. They don't really have to challenge anywhere. They even have a strong setup down at B. And Mixwell and Tarek. No, actually, that did hit Tarek. Did it?
Tarek was boosted. I think Get Right.
All right, maybe he did the damage earlier. I just thought for a second that would have been quite an impressive shot. If he could have taken on Tarek, that would have left Mixwell alone on the bomb site. So very interesting if that could have happened. I wanted it. I deeply wanted it to happen. 40 seconds now on the clock and NiP. It's so hard to come back in a round like this. At least they have some utility. And because of the setup on OpTic here, it's possible for them to just get a kill on A and continue on and get the bomb down.
This will take a mistake, basically. Boom, there's the shot. Mixwell holding the angle. Forrest takes it. Beautiful shot there from Forrest, but he gets caught by Tarek. Tarek flashed, however, has to give ground, and he's going to get caught, burnt alive by Exist and his Molotov. 3-on-3, and NiP have found a way to get onto the A site.
All it took was one kill and a double Molotov. Actually, Tarek had nowhere to run. Now, it's a 3-on-3 in OpTic. They got to get this retake, otherwise their economy once again will be very bad. They desperately need it. And can they do it? They only have one flashbang and a couple of defuse kits here. They're taking a lot of time There's a grenade going in. Sorry, the HE grenade, and Nafly going to come charging through, taking out Forest, getting another kill. That's Rush helping out to take down Exist, and now it's all on Freiburg, and he's isolated in the corner. Stanislaw taking him down, and NiP, how did they do so little damage in that retake?
A flawless flashbang. It's a flawless flashbang. Look at this flash. Two of them, full blind. Boom. Forest doesn't know what hit him, and Exist, they're already on top of him by the time he can see again. There's your $200 value, Anders.
Unbelievable.
Great value.
Unbelievable.
Oh, NiP going for a pause. Is this tactical? Or, oh, oops.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
We have a technical pause. It is a mic issue for NiP. It seems like perhaps Freiburg having a bit of a mic issue there, sound issue. So, technical timeout.
The money, though, for the Swedish Ninjas is great. So even losing this round, they can easily buy. Even if they lose this next one, probably still going to be able to put together some sort of buy. We're in the 12th round, and I would say it's a bad sign for OpTic that they can even be in a 3v5 and then be in a position to lose that round. You know, they shouldn't have given up the A-bomb side that easily.
One step back, have it right. There's the head-to-head, tied up actually between the two of them. Pretty dead even actually between Rush and Pyth. ADR, kills, they're tied. It's only Pyth who's winning the unfortunate race of having the most deaths. But only by one, so I mean, it looks like we're going live again though. So it's just a short little break there just to get something sorted out there for Freiburg, but we're back into the mix. 6-5 lead for NiP on the T side here in the first half in this best of one. And this is where another one of the key rounds, basically, because money is not fantastic for OpTic. They've never really had a fantastic economy this entire first half. NiP has done a great job of keeping the pressure on them and never really allowing them to have all the nades to work with. So this is a big round here for OpTic. They have everything they need. And whew, that HE, Forest, Existed, Pyth, murdered.
That has got to hurt. And that's some nice aggression coming out early on from OpTic. I wish they would do that even more, but just the grenade is good enough. Tarek and Mixwell setting up over here by the restrooms again. And I have to say this one more time. Normally, people pop flash their way into that position. Pyth should get a teammate to throw a flashbang, and that's going to be hard. But look at this OpTic gaming, catching them, but Exist with a great double return. That's really big. Both of them headshots. Grenade going to come raining in. Will it catch Exist? He's down to 3 health, but still alive.
Still hunting. Naf, though, with the aggro opping in mid. He's going to bring it back to a 3-on-3 at least. Now they are actually a little bit behind here on NiP, considering the damage that Forest took initially. Exist down to 3 HP. He can't get anywhere near that incendiary. He has to back off. And the bomb is making its way there. Between the two of them, they can't even think about going through that incendiary until it clears up, and that's going to buy valuable time here for the setup. Nafly, he's got the angle on Get Right as well, so can Get Right hit this shot. Spots him, gets tagged down to 23. No return from him.
Forest is down as well. It's not looking good for NiP. Rush will finish the round with a very smooth triple kill there. Going to tie up the scoreline at 6-6. Rush with 12 kills. I think Duncan was pointing this out before we went into the match, that he really felt like Rush was the guy who had to come alive with his team, and you know, when he did well, the team was looking better. I think that's definitely true at the moment. On the other team, though, Forest get right towards the bottom of the scoreline.
I mean, I love it, though. Look at this, how even it is. With Rush, he gets 12. That puts him 3 ahead, but everybody else, all the top fraggers were at 9 before that, including him. So that pulls him ahead, but look at how even it is across both teams as far as kills are concerned. This is nuts. We're tied 6-6, and it's a dead even match.
Yeah, someone needs to pull ahead and really put together a number of rounds here. NiP, they went for the buy in this one, and Naf going to get the first kill there. Freiburg going down. Rush with another double kill, making it work for his team. And in the end, it's going to be Forest going down last. Rush, 3 more kills in the round, putting him at 15-6. He is taking off right now and putting up to get 7 rounds. This is a very good job. This is something I noticed when OpTic were playing this map last time. They were off to such a terrible start. I think they lost like the first 6 or 7 rounds in a row, and things weren't looking good for them.
It was versus FaZe,
still,
9-6
they managed to actually come back. They sort of mentally stayed in the game and brought it back to quite an interesting game.
I mean, that's what I want to talk about, though, and this is the point I was exactly about to make, is that OpTic, they struggled mightily on their CT side versus FaZe, yes, but then their T side was lackluster as well. They need these rounds, OpTic. They need to come out ahead 9-6, because what we saw yesterday from them on T was not that impressive. And, well, I mean, NiP on CT side, you're dealing with Get Right hitting shots. It's going to be brutal. So this is really going to go the distance here between both of these teams. I think it's way too evenly matched right now. Rush will find the opening kill on Freiburg, but this is an eco round coming in from NiP.
4 Deagles in play. Again, a couple of kills here would still make a pretty big difference. OpTic have actually a decent bank, so they would need to get something like 3 kills in this round for it to really have an impact on the game at all. We're in the 14th round, so we're nearing the end of it, at least in the first half. If it finishes 9-6, I think OpTic are going to be just wiping the sweat off their brow and continuing on, where I think NiP are going to be a bit upset because they definitely had the position and the economy to do much more in this first half here.
I agree.
Tarek being trapped in the corner. He's going to be going down, and now they've given up an M4 and an AWP here with a bomb plant as well. Get right, Wolfing close range here with the AWP. Going to be scoped up, sneaking in. Are they expecting it? He misses the shot. 7 health left, and he's trying to make a run for it. Going to make his way back around the SWAT truck, and Forrest now, can he go aggressive? He's waiting for it. He has to do something, and he's going to be going down to Rush, who picks up another couple of kills, and Get right now deciding, look, this AWP is maybe more valuable in the upcoming round, and you can't blame him for it. The bomb is on the other side. He can't do anything to stop the defuse either. So 17 kills on Rush here.
Good stuff here by Get Right. Just looks to see like if he can get the pot shot, turn it into 2 players surviving for OpTic, forcing them. Well, I mean, money is no issue for OpTic, so it's more just holding onto the AWP. And that's good. Forrest will have an op now to work with. He had the money to buy one regardless, but they can really spread it out, get full nades across the board for everybody here on the team pretty much. So dead even buy for a dead even first half. Going into it, this has been crazy, Anders.
It really has been. It really has been. 4 rounds in a row as well for OpTic Gaming. Again, I mean, you were pointing this out earlier, but it's true. The amount of bomb plants that NiP get, even when they lose the round. OpTic have won 8 rounds, and I mean, like, what, 4 or 5 of them or something have been defuses?
3? It looks like. Oh, 4 or 5. Yeah, defuses. 3 of them have been like kills. That's actually wild.
Yeah, 5 rounds that they've won have been defuses out of the 8. That's quite impressive. From NiP's point of view, I mean, that's maybe also speaks to OpTic's retake ability, but still, a default being set up here from NiP. Get right, the one though, lurking outside of B, and the rest of the team is somewhere else. There was a point in time when this is how it always was.
I know.
Get right being the lone lurker.
You can say it. The lone wolf.
The lone wolf. Well, the lone ninja, right?
There you go. He operates alone. He's the anchor. And well, I mean, this is kind of like Get Right spot, Taco spot, you know? Just every time somebody goes and camps here now, I just think Taco, because really Taco from SK loves to just sit out here in front of Monster. Well, I don't know if he loves it, but he does it. Sits there repeatedly and holds this angle, because what's happening with Get Right holding that angle is that it allows NiP to focus on clearing mid, focus on clearing long, and they can always rotate back over, because if Get Right knows nobody's pushed over here, they can always still have control of this part of the map and rotate that bomb back over towards B and hit B later on, NiP. So it's so important that Get Right either finds a pick or just stays alive. And he's doing just that. Right now he's content to sit and wait. 30 seconds left in this round, Anders. That's not a lot of time.
No, it's definitely not. But on the plus side, they've rotated almost everyone out of this B bomb side. Stan going to be going down next in line. Rush on the bomb side. He's going to pick up 1 kill. He's got so many multi-kills. There's another headshot coming in. Freiburg going down. Rush is doing such a lot of work for OpTic right now. Solid as a rock. And there's a 3rd one coming in. Nothing can stop this guy. 15 rounds through in the first half. It's 9-6 in favor of OpTic, with Rush dropping 20 frags just like that.
He really took off in the last 5 rounds. OpTic have won the last 5 rounds in a row. And that's just Rush going from, what, 9? Within those 5 rounds, he goes from 9 kills up to 20. Just takes control. And that's what you expect to see out of Rush. I mean, Moses is going to be grinning at this point, because for him, Rush is always the key player on OpTic. If he's hitting shots, OpTic are winning. And so right now, this is going to rattle the Ninjas just a little bit. But they get to shift over to the CT side now. And they get to see what OpTic have in store for them.
I actually caught Rush back at the hotel. You see him getting some. This is obviously in the beginning, but I actually caught him back at the hotel yesterday, and he said, "I'm not saying that I'm better than everybody else, but I feel like the team doesn't work well when I'm not doing well." And I think that's like that's an honest way of putting it, you know. Like that. I think that's perfectly reasonable to say.
That's up there with like Olaf Meister when asked, you know, are you the best player in the world? He was like, well, I don't think I'm the best player in the world.
But there's no one better.
But there's no one better than me.
No, but I mean, Rush's
Rush's
version of it actually makes so much sense, doesn't it? Because I mean, it could be the case that, you know, he was the sort of the ultimate player on this team, and they couldn't do anything without him. But I think it's just that there's something about the dynamic in the team that means if he's not playing his positions well, then nothing else really seems to work. So certainly working right now, 9-6. And again, this is not an elimination match. You lose this one, you still fight on in the qualifier, but you've almost made it if you win it.
I mean, look at the positions that he plays, though. Like, plays B Monster, that crossfire, that default setup that OpTic love to go for. He's in such a tight spot because he's got a backup Stan who's basically staring into a wall to dodge any flashbangs, but he's also got to worry about short and getting shot in the side of the head if he's looking towards Monster. So he's playing very key spots. So if he hits his shots, yeah, it's going to make all the difference.
Listen, this is not overkill at all. When you have joined the PC race, then you know there's no such thing as overkill.
I'm
Keep
actually
going.
dead jealous. That is a beautiful setup. That is gorgeous, man.
It's even more monitors for you to be unproductive on. It's brilliant.
I mean, that's the thing. That, you want to have that big TV as well. You got the couch behind you. Go back, watch the matches.
Here's the problem for me. I end up in a situation where I have, like different stuff on 2 monitors, and on the third one, I have like Netflix with the show running or something, and sometimes I'll find myself later and I realize I have not watched this episode at all. It's just been running in the corner and I haven't seen it, so gonna have to rewind it. That's how it works. Well, we're into the second half here, 9-6 between NiP and OpTic Gaming, and it looked like NiP were going to have a wonderful first half. At some point in the middle of this game, they were at 6-4. They had the economy, did everything going for them, and then OpTic took over. They won the last 5 rounds in a row, and now suddenly they're looking very good. So if they win this pistol, who knows what will happen. They're certainly setting up for a big execute on the B-bomb side, but on the other side, NiP actually have a pretty good stack in here. Freiburg has an HE grenade. If it lands well, it could wreak havoc down to the monster tunnel.
OpTic won the first half pistol as well. Keep that in mind. We saw a little bit of a taste there from Rush with the 2 headshots when NiP tried to rush B site. But if they win both pistol rounds, that's a huge advantage. That'll really put them in the lead, extend it. But the push is already coming through here. Mixwell takes point, leads the charge. 3 players here for NiP, but they've all been smoked off nice and neat.
Some really good smoke grenades here for OpTic Gaming. Freiburg, grenade not longer in play. The bomb is going to be going down. Rush has a Molotov left, and NiP have no smokes to put it out. That's a huge problem. He's saving it, Rush. This is a play for the end of the round, and I love it. OpTic, they put so much thought into this round already. Now they're going to try for the retake here, NiP, but they don't know about the Molotov, and it's going to burn them alive if they try for that defuse. Rush putting in right now. It lands right on it. Nafly picking up a couple of kills. There's a third one. A headshot coming in. It's just the last one left. Rush going to take him down, and OpTic Gaming finding a 10th round. Nafly with the triple, but then that grenade all along just really, in some ways, it's such a simple idea, but when you see it executed this well, you gotta love it.
This is a thing of beauty. Everything falling nicely into place. I mean, that's it. Yes, okay, the end game with the Molotov, but when everybody's hitting their headshots as well, it's just like, okay, everything, it's perfect. 10-0, double digits now. 10-6 rather, sorry, but double digits for OpTic. And now, I mean, they get their perfect start here in the second half, and we have NiP going for the eco prior on the grenades for the 19th round. They haven't invested in Kevlar this round.
Come on,
I mean, look at Get Right, though.
Did he just try and wallbang with the Mag-10?
I mean, it's ambitious.
Even if it works, how much damage are you really going to be doing? Well.
Just look at this passive stuff, though, here from OpTic. I like it. Take your time, play the clock. Wait for NiP to make the move, and right now NiP are content to sit back and wait. They're not going for anything aggressive. They know that they're in a real tight spot here, the Swedes. And just to remind you all, both of these teams are 1-1 right now in the groups.
I like the Nova shotgun from Get Right. I think that's interesting. And the boost down here, some deagles scattered across the map. First one going to be tried there for Forest. The flick not working out, and he doesn't want to recommit, which I don't blame him for. It looks like the long push. I mean, this is just a standard thing if you're playing on the T side. If you know you're up against pistols, good chance you're going to end up going long.
For this very reason, Forrest is trying to counter that with a deagle, because you're still going to get headshot no matter the range, basically, at long. So with the deagle, you get that headshot, you get the kill. Forrest hoping to try and make that work, but it's not going to happen for him. And Pyth peeking mid, might get caught by Rush. Barely makes it around the corner in time. Behind, Optimus trying to hide. Forrest trying to support him as well, and this is tough. Where are the kills? Finally, Rush is going to find one. Pyth is gone.
And now Forrest in a lot of trouble. The backup is there, and Get Right's also charging in with the shotgun behind, but I think his whole team is going to be gone by the time he gets there. Nav for the double kill, and now Get Right, can he find exit frags? That's the big question.
Are they going to come over here? It's unfortunate for him because he's long with a shotgun. So Forrest is there with the deagle. He doesn't care about range. You know, he can shoot for days. Get Right is just hoping that somebody's going to be like, all right, I'm just going to go long for some odd reason. and Nafly might oblige, but Nafly's got a Mac 10, so doesn't matter if Nafly dies.
Okay, right. Gonna check the corner, and Rush will pick up the kill, just adding to his stack of 23 right now, and only 6 deaths. This is just really well done.
I love little details like that. Rush with the peek at the end, just air control, perfect, just clips right back around, baits the shot. It's attention to detail like that. Rush with 23 kills as well, so we'll see if he joins the 30 bomb club. We've had quite a few of them so far throughout the first 2 days of this tournament.
It's looking very likely, especially if you consider that NiP still can't really buy anything here, so he should be able to pick up a couple of more kills. He's also still got the UMP. They are just not a team to be trifled with here, OpTic Gaming. I feel like we're past the age where we're just, you know, blatantly underestimating them, but it's still because it's such a recent sort of, you know, run of form here. I feel like it's still quite impressive that they're doing so well against so many different teams.
That reminds me, actually, that I need to make a quick correction on the stats. automatic has, in fact, had 2 30 bombs. 31 kills in the first 2 matches and 29 in the match today. So automatic is hitting a nuts level. He's currently the only guy with 2 30 bombs in the 30 bomb club, but still.
And yet, still, they're a match away from being eliminated, Clark.
Ah, no! I know!
That makes it really upsetting.
Oh!
Goodbye, Pyth. Leaves get right here, and in this round, Nafly picking up a triple with the Mac 10. That's so important here. He's up to almost $6,000 just based on that. Get right sneaking in. He's pulled off the silencer. He wants them to know that he's coming. Strike fear in their hearts. Tarek is the only one nearby. I mean, if Get Right had a defuse kit right now and he took down Tarek, that could actually be it, but it is not going to happen. Instead, it will be a 12-6 scoreline here. And NiP, this is the first buy that they're going to have on the CT side. We do have a bit of a pause coming in, I think a technical one, so we'll see how that's going to unfold. But if they can't make this buy work, it's going to get really rough.
Absolutely, and it is a technical. And it looks like it's... Oh, it looks like we're ready. It looks like the countdown's begun, so just a quick pause there. I mean, there's a big difference between tactical and technical. Players aren't allowed to talk in technical pauses, so they can't even take that as like, oh, well, you know, we can actually communicate a little bit, use this as an impromptu sort of tech pause. They just have to keep quiet. So, going into this now, the key round for NiP. 12-6 for OpTic Gaming. They've got everything they need here in this round. NiP have been able to scrounge together a buy. Pyth has got the AWP, not Forest. Interesting thing to note there. And NiP are stacking B. 4 players on B very early on here. This smells like an anti-strat, like a read. They're just thinking OpTic is going to try and rush B right now.
Yeah, I think they've probably been looking at some demos for us. That's a free kill going in there. It took a while, but he takes down Mixwell, and Stan is actually in position to catch him. If he tried to rope back into sewer, if he tried to walk back there, he would have been caught, I think. Now they're going to give up on the B stack and rotate a couple of people back to A. This is a solid start right up until the point where Forrest does get himself killed. Stanislaw's patience going to pay off there.
The in-game leader for OpTic ends up working for him, hits that shot, brings it back to a 4-on-4. And they can even recover the AWP if they want. Exactly. Nafly rotates in with that bomb, picks it up. And so we're back pretty much even, except that OpTic have so many grenades now. They have a huge advantage. Stanislaw going for that tricky flash again. Pyth not knowing what hit him, but they are going to rotate back up to the A side, it looks like, here with 50 seconds left. Stanislaw checking mid. That bomb is so far away, though. It does worry me just a little bit. You kind of want to get it a little closer up into play. And there we go. Nafly starts running. So they're going to group up here, OpTic. And let's see if they can actually push through onto the site.
I think they got a really good chance. NiP are not at a stage where their economy supports Molotovs at this stage. They've used everything almost. I mean, Exist has an HE grenade, but that probably won't stop the plant. So 4 versus 4 down to 25 seconds. And actually, Nafly trying for the shot through. I love it. People never do that. He's going to get it on Exist anyway, but he doesn't quite take him down. And Rush has gone down to Pyth in the meantime. They're running low on health as well. OpTic Gaming, they're getting shot out of this bomb site. Get right. Not welcoming them at all. And Nafly going to make a run for it with the AWP.
That's so painful to watch. You know, Nafly has to run with his knife out to get up there with the bomb. They leave it down to like 20 seconds before they push. And what I was thinking is they have a terrific nade count. They had like 4 Molotovs, 2 smoke splashes galore. They had all of this utility to use, 3 Molotovs, but they had all of this utility to use. But because they run the clock down so low, they don't have any time to use it.
Yeah, and this position that Get Right plays is one that routinely gets smoked out, right?
Yeah.
So normally he wouldn't be having that angle to shoot at. You're right. 7-12 the scoreline here, and Mixwell. It's interesting, Mixwell's at 7 kills, and yet OpTic are doing really well in the game. What happens if Mixwell gets unleashed?
That's where we go into overdrive, but we're still waiting for Rush. You know, like, Rush is actually at 23 right now. He has kind of calmed down just a little bit. Nice Molotov right there into Soars. Rush and Tarek roasting alive. That's a start for NiP. They're going to feel good about that because now they have the nades. And this is a pretty even buy between both of these teams. An excellent start. There you go. The Kobe nade. Dead on. Drops Rush.
Yeah, so the 30 bomb not going to be any closer this round. That's just unfortunate.
Made you think that OpTic actually wanted to go for a quick play to B. Now they're going to try and change it up. Mixwell has got that AWP. But Pyth is also holding along with the AWP for NiP. He's got the angle exactly from the site.
Mixwell so defensive over here. If he can win the fight versus Pyth, then there's definitely a way back into this one for OpTic, but they sort of need to do that. No fear on Mixwell checking all the restrooms there. I mean, we saw how they themselves held pretty close. There's the flashbang in. Leg shot from Pyth, that's still very important. And then pop flash come out once. Again, Mixwell taking the shot. Now Pyth has the angle. They're just playing this game. They all both know it very well. The bomb is still over by the restrooms. No one moving any closer at the moment. Finally, they're going to go for it here. 34 seconds left, and NiP in a good position. Pyth's going to pick up the kill. Mixwell still can't find this shot. He's still edged out on the right-hand side. Pyth very nearly going down. There's the kill anyway. Finally, he's going to get shot in the back, but it's way too late. Freiburg ending the round, but that round is all Pyth.
It's also all NiP and OpTic just not getting anything out of this. They get hard countered with their Soars take, with the Incendiary splitting them, doing massive damage to Rush and Stanislaw. But then when they try and rotate back up into mid, NiP are playing so passively. OpTic, that's back-to-back rounds now where they're trying to push up onto A site with like 20 seconds left with nothing. Oh, dude, this is brutal.
Someone went all in on this.
Of course I've got the bow and arrow.
And of course they put Duncan in the Iron Man suit. God forbid that ever happens. that would be truly a nightmare scenario.
You've really got the epic, the epic face going right now, man. That's perfect.
Yeah, it have to be one hell of a tight suit to make me look like that. They've really got the technology running here. 12-8 is the scoreline, and OpTic are running out of money here. NiP, I feel like they're coming back in this game now.
This is where I was a little bit worried going into the second half with OpTic. Yes, they got the pistol round, and that was definitely key. But OpTic struggled a lot on their T side yesterday versus FaZe, where they just got kind of shut out. And I feel like we're kind of seeing that again here from OpTic. Back-to-back rounds where nothing really worked for them. Now they have to eco. It's going to keep allowing NiP to get back into this game, get rolling. There's the opening shot from Pyth to start things off. And if NiP can have like that perfect anti-eco and really get that economy so that they have the nades at round after round, I'm starting to wonder where OpTic are going to figure out, like how to get onto the sites as a unit.
Yeah, they were struggling to find that answer the last time they played T-side, so hopefully they will have made some improvements at least since the last time. That would be nice.
Another thing is that they used quite a few timeouts versus FaZe OpTic. I'm a bit surprised to see that they haven't used a single one yet.
Mixwell gonna get that refrag on Forest. Still only puts them in a 4-on-3 here, and with the limited equipment, I doubt it'll have a big impact. That Deagle though, you never know on Nafly. We've seen him hit some pretty crazy shots in the past with it. He's not in position to do it right now. Pyth at the edge, hoping to catch somebody. Nafly sneaking into the B-bomb side. He's sort of trying to actually fight them down there. If he can create space in B, that's not at all a bad way to start. He goes down. Stanislaw is next, and then Mixwell last. The UMP tapping away. It's going to be Pyth again here. Another triple kill for him. He's now all the way up to 16 kills. He's overtaken even Get Right. And Rush has just had a hard time.
He's locking down that A defense. This is where I want to see OpTic take the timeout, though. They haven't taken a single one yet. I'd like to see them go for it here going into this buy round just to try and breathe a little bit and maybe talk over what they want to try and achieve here because they are struggling. They're running these clocks down very low, and in general, when you see that from a team, it means that they're struggling to really find that signal to go, that timing to go. Something is missing. And so this would be the perfect time, but they're not going to do it. It's going to be full AKs across the board and very passive stuff here at mid as well. Not willing to give that first pick to NiP.
fairly regular setup, I would say, for NiP. Get Right going to be aggressive with Freiburg. They're going to go and check sewer. That's a good start for them. They have more map control than OpTic are currently aware of, and that means the defense over at A should be a bit better. Pyth, is he going to be able to get this shot in, or are they going to flash through? That's a very easy kill. Mixwell could have had someone flashing him in there, but now Tarek going to hunt him down. Headshot to the back of the head of Pyth, and Forest also goes down. A bomb site fully open now, and they're not even going to rush right in there. They're going to take their time and put up the grenades and Exist. How does he win that fight? And why did Rush have the bomb? Now it's dropped right in front of Exist, who does go down eventually, but still, that could be a big misstep here. Freiburg finding another headshot through. Now it's a one-on-one. Nafly versus Freiburg. This was OpTic's round to win, and they made one critical mistake, and that could really cost them. Freiburg now making his way up the stairwell. Nafly's there. Freiburg, he can't get the spray in. Naf is going to save them once again for a triple kill of his own.
A 1v1 situation, finally, and it goes OpTic's way, but that's cutting it so close. Unreal close for both teams. Because Exist, if he should lose that duel, and it should be over for NiP. The retake, they should be backing off, saving their guns, etc., right? Because
yes,
Exist wins the key fight, and Exist has been fairly quiet so far. I mean, he's up there with 11 kills, but that's a far cry from the performance that we saw from him versus Hellraisers yesterday. So we need these key players to start waking up here, because OpTic, they've certainly got it.
They're running in for the Molotov. You're supposed to extinguish that with a smoke before you go into it. It's simple math, you know. They just didn't make it work. And then they run back out anyway, so not only did they take a lot of damage, but they also didn't get any map control. It's the worst of all worlds.
It's kind of giving it up, exactly. They're just rotating back around now. They want to get back over towards A, it looks like. Double stack over in Connector as well right now for NiP between Forest and Get Right. It's quite a presence in the mid portion of the map here for NiP, and so OpTic moving to the extremities, that could actually work out for them. They have to be a little bit careful about Rush with that bomb in mid, but he is going to rotate back with the group. It's that four-man hit squad moving together. Nafly going to be hanging around on the edges looking for somebody lurking from NiP.
They're trying for it. If they walk past the connector here, Get Right is in such an interesting position because you can just walk up the stairwell and take a quick peek in at them. And can they handle that? The answer is no. Get Right going to hit the headshot on Nafly. They're trying to hunt him down. Forced to back it up. And that duo working out very well. Now, 2 men down. There should be no contest here for NiP. They've got 30 seconds left to try and get the bomb down. Obviously, some great Molotovs are raining in, but I don't see how they can win this round.
Not anymore. Pyth is still alive on bank, holding that angle. Rush needs to get up here and get that bomb plant immediately, and Tarek had to stay alive, but it's not going to happen. And now NiP have an avenue onto the site. Mixwell holding that line, however, is going to take Get Right out. But it's still a 2-man advantage here for NiP. They still have the flash. There it goes. Not going to be effective on Rush. Certainly effective on Freiburg, but it doesn't matter. There are too many bodies here. 1v2, 1v1. How has Mixwell turned this around? 2 headshots, and it's on Exist now to clutch it. Another 1v1 situation here between both of these teams, and Mixwell is going to make the jump out to safety. Exist, does he have the time? And it doesn't seem like it. What is this, though?
Mixwell is a crazy person.
Wait.
Imagine if Exist just went for the defuse immediately. Mixwell, we couldn't do anything. Exist, he's going to be on it, but Mixwell, the timing is simply god tier, and that's the quad kill to save the round. OpTic Gaming, they bring it back to 14 here with Mixwell decimating NiP. That play is so dangerous. Just imagine if Exist was close enough to somehow hear that run. If he had moved closer in just a little bit.
Might be the time wasted by Exist as well. I mean, it's not planted in the conventional spot at all on Optus, on the edge of Optus as well. This is a real problem, though, for NiP. That's 2 1v1 clutches that are making all of the difference for OpTic. In straight play, I mean, OpTic have managed to turn these into chaotic situations, and they keep coming out ahead, because if they're playing a standard game, NiP are pummeling them at least in the first 3 rounds where NiP had rifles. Now it's just easy street here for OpTic. This is an anti-eco round. Exist will find 1 shot. Rush taking quite a bit of damage, but he does have his entire team behind him to back him pretty much. And Stanislav, big spray from him, getting shot in the back by Nafly.
Oh, grenade right on Get Right. I mean, they lost way more than they should OpTic in this round. And it's partly because NiP did have 1 flashbang that they sort of put into that tunnel, and it worked out. He's 1 bullet left. Good job on our observers there. 2 kills with 1 bullet, as he said, 75. It actually can't even be done, but still.
I'm just, I mean, it is Get Right. The man is a legend. if ever there was a way.
Hide in the corner, get the kill with the C set, and then knife the other guy.
There you go. I mean, hey, we had a pistol round not too long ago where Device got 2 knife kills in 1 round on this map on Overpass. He gets the shot too, not the headshot.
Yeah, but he tagged up Mixwell pretty decently.
Actually, it was the headshot.
Yeah, I think it was. Match point here for OpTic Gaming, 15-9. Ladies and gentlemen, they keep doing this, OpTic Gaming. Think about the teams that they have taken down. Even this is the important thing for me. Once, if you come out of nowhere like OpTic sort of did, and then you suddenly do really well, you beat teams like Astralis and everything else, then you're on everybody's radar, and that's where your job gets so much harder. People will study you, they will look at the demos, and that's usually where I would have expected a team like OpTic to have a huge dip, where suddenly it's really rough. And I mean, they did lose some games to Astralis following that, but, I mean, against everybody else, they're still playing a really high level. I think this is just very impressive.
It relies on chaos. Like those 2 rounds where they win it, it's just like chaos rounds, all out, balls out, just run. And when the dust settles, you're praying that you win the 1v1, and they did it twice in a row. And that's just a kick in the teeth for NiP. Because it goes the other way, 1v1, you clutch it. All of a sudden, OpTic are looking like fish in the, out of water. This is just, it's the closest of margins here for OpTic, who have only played Overpass, if I'm mistaken. So finally, it seems like it's going their way.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason they kept letting it in. Won 3 rounds in a row here. And NiP's economy to try and defend from this is really not great. They've just used another grenade. They've got the Molotov and the smoke left and a single flashbang. So not that much to work with for the Swedish side. Python Forest, they're on the other side of restrooms here. If they sneak up, they could maybe find something. But this feels like a fake into a B push.
They haven't been hitting B much at all, OpTic. It's a good time to change. Perfectly timed flash there to take down Freiburg. Opens it up, but Exist is there to hold. He picks up 2 kills, still alive, and manages to make it back in the water. Get right trying to buy time, and he still gets a kill out of that as well. And NiP showing that they're not out of this yet. The 3 players alive on B, certainly putting up quite a fight.
Stanislaw's flanking in behind, so if Rush can just stay alive right now, if he doesn't get taken out first, maybe Stanislaw can actually do this. Exist not being found yet. Rush almost getting the kill. There's the one on Exist, and now comes Stan. In just at the right time, 14 seconds left. They're going to get the bomb plant down. Stand up at the sniper nest. He gets the 1 kill in. Pipe shooting him in the back. There's 1 kill, and Rush gets the headshot for the triple. 16-9 and 27 kills on Rush. What a performance here from a young superstar. Very, very well done. They take out NiP and proceed to have a 2-1 scoreline. 1 more map win, and they're going to be in the major. NiP now with their backs against the wall. What a qualifier this is, and it is nowhere near done yet.
Exactly. It's not even done yet. We have another day of this. We still have today, and we still have tomorrow to settle out who is going to be part of the 8 teams moving on to the major and who is going to be watching at home with their holidays ruined. We're taking a break, and we'll throw it to the desk after that to hear what they have to say about this map.
Yes, so OpTic Gaming have done it. Incredible result there. Overpass really becoming a home map for them. Now we're going to hand you over to